What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Look, man, if y'all new here to the channel, I need y'all to do me a few favors. Number one, like this video. I'll appreciate it. Number two, subscribe to the channel. I'll appreciate it. Number three, make sure y'all turn on that bell, man, so whenever I drop a new video, you will be notified. Once again, I'll appreciate it. Today's shout out go to Bossy Leo B. Once again, shout out to Bossy Leo B. Also, if y'all not following me on Instagram, make sure y'all go over there and follow me at _. That is LIPAUL_, especially if y'all want to see a different side of me from here on YouTube. But here in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Mr. Cryer's second video when he was exposing, him and Latoya text messages. Man, some of this stuff I just don't understand, but y'all know me, I got something to say. And we ready to get into the video. But before we get into the video, I am aware that Mr. Cryer dropped another video, and I'm aware that Love by Erica dropped another video. I'm going to be doing Love by Erica video later on today. Hopefully, I get to do Mr. Cryer's as well. But with all that out the way, let's get into the video. So basically, Mr. Cryer was saying the reason why he didn't want things to go down the way that they went down was because he didn't want to give Mr. Mucker and Latoya, their subscribers. That's what he was saying about him and Erica. He didn't want to, give them more clout because they already got enough clout and subscribers and views and stuff off them already. Now, I've been saying that in the past. I've been said that. Like, if Mr. Cryer and Love by Erica keep replying to Toya and Mucker, all they doing is giving Mucker and Latoya exposure. Because if the people don't know who Latoya and Mucker is, they're going to want to know. And they're going to go digging, and they're going to find Latoya, and they're going to find Mr. Mucker eventually. Like I said, they getting Mr. Mucker, and they getting Love by Erica's followers, supporters, and all that. Mr. Cryer also said something that I said, and that is, he said that he feel like Latoya and Mr. Mucker is behind all these fake T channels. I've been saying that as well. And he also said that they don't say nothing bad about Latoya and Mucker or anybody in that circle. Of course, they're not going to say nothing bad about him because it's Latoya and Mucker, so they're not going to talk bad about themselves. If it's not Latoya and Mucker, it's probably J. Michael on a fake page, or anybody else that they associate themselves with. Now, I am going to say this. Mr. Cryer, he was wrong. He was wrong because he knew that Love by Erica was going to have a problem with him replying to his exes, and he still did it anyway. And if they was together, if they had something going on when he was replying to Latoya and all them, it's like, really, Mr. Cryer, you got to have more respect than that, man. You saying that you love Erica, you want her to be your wife and stuff like that. But when she tells you to do simple stuff like that, like stop texting your exes or whenever they call you, don't answer. Now, mind you, besides the one that got kids with you and the ones that got to communicate with you about your children. But other than that, man, you shouldn't be answering the phone at all. Now, Mr. Cryer did admit multiple times in the video that he was hurt. He was hurt when Love by Erica had Baby Drake, and he seen Baby Drake face, and Mr. Cryer was like, man, he looked just like Mr. Mucker. Now, I know Mr. Cryer was hurt, but at the same time, man, like I said it before, he didn't have to put that on YouTube, man. They don't have to put everything on YouTube. But y'all also forgetting this aspect of it. YouTubers, when they have drama and they put their drama on YouTube, it gets more views, that gets more money, and they get more subscribers off it. So I know we all saying, stop putting stuff on YouTube, man. It's too personal. But it's just adding up. Their bank account getting bigger. So it seemed like Mr. Cryer did this video because he was trying to get back in Love by Erica good graces, and he was trying to make her see, like, look, it's not nothing that you thought it was. This is what we was talking about. But it seemed like Love by Erica, she's not buying it. I did see the title of her video when she said, I'm not impressed, something like that. But yeah, she said she's not buying it. Mr. Cryer did say Latoya called him when him and Love by Erica was cooking dinner. She called him like, how you been, yada, yada, yada. And Mr. Cryer, he really wasn't feeding into it, so Latoya said, F you, and hung up. It's like, why is you contacting Mr. Cryer in the first place? I thought that true love can't be broken. I thought that y'all was God's children and y'all was trying to heal people and y'all was all about positivity. That's not positive stuff. Why you going behind Mr. Mucker back? Just like you was going behind Mr. Cryer back, doing sneaky stuff. Like Mr. Cryer said, man, it's one thing history do, and that's repeat itself. Like, I don't get it. Why is Latoya reaching out to Mr. Cryer so much? Like, Latoya, didn't you break up with Mr. Cryer? Didn't you break up with Mr. Cryer because allegedly he told Erica your business, so you broke up with him? Another thing, I wanna know how Mr. Mucker feel about all this. Because I'm pretty sure Mr. Mucker didn't see the video of Mr. Cryer exposing these messages. I wonder how he feel about it. Mr. Cryer made it clear that him and Urka had each other blocked. And when Latoya called him, he thought that it was Urka. And he said he made an excuse to get off the phone with Latoya because he wished that it was Urka. And I believe that Latoya, she know Mr. Mucker a puppet. She know that she can get away with stuff like this because Mr. Mucker is going to forgive her. And it's just like, bruh, any other man, if they knew and they seen these messages that Latoya was sending Mr. Cryer, Latoya would have been up out of there. I know if it was me, you would have been up out of there. Because the stuff that you send through these messages is crazy. You supposed to be my wife. I thought true love can't be broken and etc., etc. Like, man, that's BS. I don't know, man. This is just a theory. But maybe Urka and some other people feel like Mr. Cryer is not telling the whole truth. And they felt like he deleted some of them text messages between him and Latoya before he showed everybody. Did he? I don't know. Nobody would know besides him and Latoya. So I really can't say too much about that. Mr. Cryer said that he was replying to Latoya, but he was replying to her slow because he wasn't sure if she was trying to, set him up or not. But like I said, just like I said about Latoya, I said the same for Mr. Cryer. Mr. Cryer, you shouldn't have been contacting her. I mean, you shouldn't even been replying to her that much like how you was. That's the issue. Like, you could have just kept it simple. And if she kept replying to you, you should have just showed Urka, or you should have just ignored her. But I know he said he ain't show Urka because he ain't want, Urka to go post the messages on his page and etc., etc. But if you love Urka that much, man, you should have showed her, and maybe it wouldn't be this big of a deal now. Now, y'all remember how I just said that Latoya broke up with Mr. Cryer, right? Man, Latoya cannot be trusted, man. And these messages that she was sending Mr. Cryer shows it. And it just make me think even more, bruh. She ain't get with Mr. Mucker because she wanted Mr. Mucker. She got with Mr. Mucker because that was Love by Urka baby father, and she knew that would hurt Love by Urka. She don't really want Mucker, man. She want Cryer. And then the messages, in my opinion, it shows that. What I get from these messages that Latoya was sending Mr. Cryer, like I said, man, there's even one or two things. One, she was trying to set him up and she was trying to bait him. Or two, she's trying to say that she miss him without actually saying she miss him. It's either one or the other. What do y'all think? Now, Mr. Cryer made it clear. He made it crystal clear that Latoya said that she wished that she never got involved in, the whole drama thing. And he even showed the messages when she said it. And it's just like, Latoya, oh, now you trying to back out. Now you trying to back out. But I felt like I said, she did all of that to hurt Urka. And she also did that to grow her YouTube channel. Even though her and Mr. Mugger keep saying, oh, we don't need YouTube, yada, yada, yada. But y'all doing everything to try to grow y'all channel. Knowing that if y'all sneak this Mr. Cryer and Mr. Mugger, that's going to get y'all subscribers and views and stuff. So she was doing it for her own needs. Latoya all on the messages saying, oh, if you need me, Mr. Cryer, I'm here for you. How are you here for Mr. Cryer when you're happily married with Mr. Mucker and you broke up with Mr. Cryer? Like, bro, that's what I don't get. She thought the grass was going to be greener on the other side when it wasn't. How you going to sit right here and tell your ex, I'm here for you if you need me, and you up here married to another man? Like, what? Who does that? She over here telling Mr. Cryer what she's doing the next day. Like, why are you telling him what you doing the next day? Like, what you want him to be like? You want me to come over? You want to spend some quality time? Yada, yada, yada. I guess since Latoya thought that Mr. Mucker and Urka was going out on a date or something like that, she's like, all right, if Mr. Mucker going out with his ex, then I'm going to try to get my ex. Like stuff like that, just to be petty and then try to hide it from Mr. Mucker. Mr. Cryer also made it clear again that he was not going to meet up with Latoya and Mr. Mucker. Because Mr. Cryer said he knew that would hurt Love by Urka. And I'm happy that he didn't link up with her, man. Because they probably would have been taking pictures and stuff. And, they probably like, look, we squashed the beef, yada, yada, yada. And I feel like they would have tried to, tease Urka with it. Like try to rub it in our face like, oh, yeah, we got Mr. Cryer on our side, too. You don't got nobody. First, I took Mucker. Now I'm taking Cryer. That's how Latoya probably would have been thinking. So I'm happy Mr. Cryer did not link up with them, man, because I think that it was all a trap, man. It was all a setup. It would have been something fishy about it. And Mr. Cryer, he knew that. That's why he didn't do it. Now, Mr. Cryer was saying that he don't think Latoya even told Mucker about the conversation he had before everybody got on the phone. I wouldn't even be surprised if Latoya ain't tell Mucker. Because Latoya is sneaky, man. And it just proves it. Every time she get with somebody, she's still trying to talk to the next guy. If you so happy with somebody, why are you trying to talk to the next guy? Like, I just don't get it. All right, let's say this, right? let's say that Latoya thought Love by Arca was out the picture and Love by Arca and Mr. Cryer wasn't messing with each other. Latoya, why would you try to mess with Mr. Cryer still? When you with Mr. Mucker, it don't matter if Love by Arca in the picture or not. You're married. True love can't be broken. But you over here going against everything that you preaching on your channel. Make it make sense. Anyway, man, let me know what y'all think about this video and this situation down in the comment sections below. Like I said, I will be doing Love by Arca video next, and I'm going to try to get the Mr. Cryer of a video too. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. I hope y'all have a blessed day, and I'm out. Peace.